Alright, now I'm going to go from behind a wall. I am going to test it after all. Hello YouTube, here at History and Reviews we have something awesome. I actually paid for Amazon Prime about $1.99 for a week because they keep telling me, hey, we'll give you Prime for $1.99 for 1 week, cancel at any time. And this item was very expensive, and I have, with Job Gen Con coming up, I'm going to try and go every day like we did last year. I don't know if Job will, because he's no longer at the same location. I think he's closer, just slightly closer. Don't know exactly. I don't try to ask people that kind of personal stuff because maybe they don't want anyone to know, and I respect that. And it looks like they gave me the right version. There's two versions of these. There's one that has transmitter and two receivers with lav mics, and then there's one that has the receiver and the transmitters built into the mic, and thankfully they sent me the right one. And this is around $190, $180, depending on the sales tax in your state. This is from probably one of my favorite sponsors, Comica or Comica. I called them Comica, but I think it's Comica now, kind of like Comic-Con. And as you can see right here, all the details. Comica. It is the CVM-WM100H edition UHF wireless microphone. Going to Gen Con, we're going to need a wireless mic. Last year we had my big Panasonic, I believe HVX200P, and it was bulky, it was heavy. Now we've got a Sony FS100U, and everything's a lot better. Interchangeable lenses, better microphone settings, doesn't take P2 cards, takes SD cards. And that's what I really like. And they said, hey, we're going to send you this for free. You have to pay for it first. We'll refund you after. We do not refund sales tax. So I ended up paying $8.63 in sales tax, but that's okay for a wireless unit. Some things to note before I take this out is that I watched test videos on Amazon. I've read reviews on Amazon of this. A lot of people were noticing that when you start walking away from your camera, whether having the microphone stay this way like you're walking backward, or whether turning around and walking away and then turning back, it cuts in and out. But once you stop walking, it doesn't cut in and out anymore. So if you're one of those news reporters types that wants to start walking towards the camera, it may or may not be for you. There is a signal booster which is supposed to stop that for the most part, but it does take double the battery power. It says features multiple channels for several devices to work together. Working distance up to 100 meters. 100 meters in open area, 60 meters with a barrier in the area. So a wall. Real-time audio monitor status and receiver end. So yes, the receiver and the microphone, you can't see the audio, you can't see your battery power. Real-time audio status, there's a WASP, monitor and the receiver end, and real-time audio monitor. It's supposed to have an XLR and a 3.5 millimeter, at least in the picture, but on the back, it does not show the XLR. So I'm hoping just the picture is wrong. It says for smartphone, for camera, and for camcorder, and it has a picture of a GoPro for a camcorder. And real-time, okay, local audio testing and wireless audio monitoring. There is no muting mode, so you cannot mute it. And there's 48 channels at a 520 millihertz frequency and 15 decibels. And that's it. I'm going to open this up. I do want to keep the box new. You always want to respect your products. Comica, they make very attractive looking boxes. I said Comica, Comica. I keep going back and forth. But yeah, since at Gen Con last year we only followed one guy who was, as you can tell, dressed up like Jon Snow. We didn't really walk too much. And if it does cut in and out, I can always dub over, because usually I would walk into the shot, so I can just dub over what I said, and then once I stop walking, take the audio from this again. And oh my god, they give you a carrying case. That is awesome. They love giving carrying cases. This is a high quality, heavy duty carrying case. I love Comica's. Like, they're just such a great company. 2 zippers. Yep, it has the XLR. Sweet. 3.5 millimeter. the mounting device to mount it on the hot shoe of your camera or camcorder or GoPro if you have the GoPro cage. And this one is to lock it on. They have a lock, as you saw in the picture. I'll show you all this stuff after I get it all out and set up. But yeah, it does come with all the attachments that you'll need. So you should, in theory, be able to use this with like a Zoom recorder too, to get the cleanest possible audio. They do recommend that you do not use Wi-Fi on your phone. Don't have any phones with Wi-Fi on or mobile data on, because that can cause it to cut in and out too. God, this is going to step up our game. Yeah, here it is. There's the lav version, and here's the wireless mic version. Right there. Oh, this thing is heavy, but not too heavy. There it is. This is the Comica receiver. You have a headphone jack for monitoring, and you have the output for your microphone. You have the set button, you have the plus and minus on the volume. You also can screw this in using that cable they gave. God, it's so badass. Sorry for the cussing, but it is. Oh, this thing is metal with a tiny bit of plastic on the bottom. Very heavy, like a reporter. Your power button, your screen, and this button, I don't know what it does. I'll have to turn it on. But yeah, this thing is, hello everyone, how you doing? I'm here with History and Reviews, and we are at Gen Con 2019. Let's go find someone to interview. See, it looks awesome. Looks very, you can even put, you'll cover up the Comica branding, but you should be able to put a box on it that has your YouTube channel, your independent news channel name on this. I don't know if this will stop at this bracket, but you should be able to. It'll just cover that up. Okay, YouTube, I am walking with this. The audio may sound blown out. I'm going to try and talk in a softer voice. You hit the power button on the mic for about 2 seconds, and then you hit and hold the power button on the receiver for about 3 seconds, and then the screen will turn on, and it's already synced out of the box, so I don't have to show you how to sync it. If you want to change channels or the frequency range, you have to unscrew the microphone, and there are 2 switches where you put the batteries at that can change the level and the channel that it's on. And I'm going to walk farther back and see if it cuts in and out. It says that my fully charged rechargeable batteries are only at 1 bar and that they're really low, but I don't understand that because I just took them off the charger after their 12-hour charge cycle. So if you're going to use rechargeable batteries, you might have to get brand new ones. It is a little windy. But yeah, I'm walking slowly back. I don't know what the signal strength is now. I believe it's on default, which is low. You might need to turn it up high if you're going to walk back and forth. Part of me will be out of focus because I don't have my lens set to infinity and I don't have the aperture all the way. But yeah, I hope it sounds great. It's already synced up to my Sony VG300, I believe that's what it is. And I'm just walking back and forth. I'm going to turn my back and also test it. But I did see a video, one video out of all the videos on YouTube, not just Amazon, on YouTube that actually had a guy being able to walk from behind a wall and then right up to his camera, didn't cut out at all. He did it later on a busy street corner and it cut in and out. But yeah, this is the Sony VG300, which has difficulty with external microphones that are not Sony brand. You have to kind of do some workarounds with special cables and stuff. And it is a pretty expensive camera. But yeah, here's a car. Kind of wish I had another person to test this out on, but I don't. I'm not going to walk up to a random stranger and be like, hey, can I fake interview you for a video? Most of the time people say no. But yeah, this is what it sounds like with a lot of noise, and the audio meter is in the middle. It's not 2 ticks from the left, which I probably should do that, 2 ticks from the left. But yeah, it's a really heavy microphone though. Really heavy microphone. All right, now I'm going to go from behind a wall. I am going to test it after all because I just reviewed what I just recorded, and it sounded HD. It only cut out one time, one tiny little second. I don't know what these people are talking about. And a lot of the people on Amazon, I'm still talking, hope it's not cutting out. A lot of the people on Amazon are walking really fast. As you saw, I did the news reporter walk, and if you hear any like, that's most likely the wind. And I will put like a little title right here telling you if it's the wind or not. But yeah, a lot of people were walking pretty fast. You've got to walk like a newsman. You've got to walk really slowly for the signal to be able to sync up. That's why you don't see news reporters run super fast. If they do run super fast, they usually cut the audio from the live to the shotgun mic they have on. And I'm hoping this is actually picking it up when I was over there, because if it is, that's going to be great. It's set up to 60 meters or 60 inches between a wall and this, but it does say on Amazon, keep them synced up line of sight for the most part for the best results. I'm going to walk right back up and I'm going to go farther back. I'm going to keep talking. Yeah, I would recommend that you can keep the audio the way I have it, which sounds pretty good, but if you want to make it sound almost newsworthy, you would have to lower the audio settings. I am now 2 rulers away from where I was, 3 rulers away from where I was, 4 rulers, 5 rulers, and this is almost on the other side of the house, and that was wind that just smacked right into the microphone. And now I'm walking back like a news reporter. Take every step at a time. Treat it as if it was a dance. God, this one's gonna make it really hard to tell. But yeah, I'm now back. I'm trying to block the wind as best as I can. You will need a wind muff, because this thing does pick up wind, and I'm sure as you noticed in the review, this microphone is kind of like a shotgun microphone. It only picks up what's directly in front of it. Hello, hello, hello. See, it muffles out the side. Hello, hello, hello. Perfect, directly in front of it. Okay, I'm gonna do a run test. I did notice that it did cut out twice in that last video when I was walking farther away, and then once when I took off the front step, because it's kind of like when you come from behind a wall, it cuts the connection and then reconnects really quickly. One of those was wind, but the other 2 were it disconnecting. And I'm going to the end of the driveway now, which is way further than need be. But yeah, there's a car. I believe if I were to go the maximum, it would be all the way over to that. It would be all the way over there, which is football field, stadium, whatever, same thing. And I'm going to do a run test to see if it keeps recording while I'm running. And if it is recording and it sounds great, then this is actually a great deal. A really great deal, especially if you're doing sit-down interviews. This thing would be absolutely perfect for that kind of stuff. Okay, now I'm going to do my slow newsman walk. I noticed in that video I was kind of walking normally, and it was cutting in quite a bit and out, and especially when I ran. But when I got closer to it, the cutting out while running stopped towards the last 2.5 seconds, and I got to keep doing my newsman walk because I was walking like this regularly. But if I do my 1 step at a time newsman walk, it usually didn't cut out at all. So I would say 1/4 of the distance away as I was when I was over there. And I can tell that while at Gen Con, I'm going to have to have the Zoom shotgun microphone recording while I'm using this as well with new batteries, because if it cuts out during an interview, interviews are what people really want to see when you go to things like Gen Con, and I don't want them to be giving a really great answer and then it cuts out and stuff. Whether I'm standing or not, I'm just going to spin. Actually, I'm going to pretend that someone's here. Hello everyone, how are you doing at Gen Con? Uh-huh. Now, what is your favorite part of Gen Con? Well, that's great. Right back to you in channel 29. I was moving the microphone, testing it to see if it would cut in and out. Because when you're interviewing people, you're going to back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have a backup. Going to have my Zoom. Probably going to have, well, I only have one camera. I think one of the days I'm going to go alone because I don't think someone's going to be available on that day. But the rest of the days I'm going to have someone there to hold the camera. So maybe on that one day I'm alone, I'm going to have to use my my iPhone, which I'm probably not going to use this wireless mic on the iPhone. I mean, that's just a little extreme. I don't know. Kind of would be cool for a first person turn around. You see the mic come out of the side of the camera like a first person. You're actually there interviewing them yourself. But yeah, I would recommend having a backup like a Zoom or a secondary camera or secondary recorder to make sure that when the line cuts, you can take their audio and try and make it sound exactly like this one. But this one has great audio when it doesn't cut out. It sounds like news. It sounds almost exactly like the news, which is great. I definitely think it's worth the money. You might need to get a signal booster. They have signal boosters online. They also have different cables. We don't know exactly what it is. I assume it's from the receiver and here and there, transmitter and receiver. I assume that's what it is. It could be cable, could be something, could be your own camera, could be other electronic devices, just having your phone on. Who knows? My phone's right over there in the line of sight of this and that. But who knows really what it is? Interference, who knows? It's a great product. It's great. I love it. Thank you, Comica. Thank you, however you pronounce it. Thank you so much. I really love this microphone. I was excited to get it. I'm excited to use it in the future.